This video is an introduction to GIMP, which stands for GNU Image Manipulation Program. GIMP is an open source program which is used to manipulate graphics, in particular bitmap graphics. Now, if you want to know more about GIMP, then click onto your browser and type in gimp.org and it will bring up this website, which is the official GIMP website. And you can see that it's 25 years old. Here is a big orange button which you can click and you can download GIMP for free to your own computer at home, and you can follow along with these tutorials at home. If you want to know more about GIMP and are interested in developing your skills, then there's a tutorials tab here, and if you click on it you can see that there are all sorts of different tutorials which you can click on, and it will take you through step by step how to do things. Once you've been through this video, you should feel confident that you can set up the work environment. So that's the aim of this video, is to help you set up the GIMP environment for yourself. So first of all, on our computers we've just downloaded and installed the most up-to-date for 2020, and it kind of looks like this. Now I'm used to the older fashioned version of it, which has had nice colours here for the toolbox and was a lighter background colour. So I'm suggesting that you change your desktop to look like mine, and then you'll be able to follow along exactly with the screenshots etc. that I produce. To do that, up here at the top, just under the title bar, you'll see the menu, and if you click into the edit menu and go right down to the bottom section, you'll see there is a preferences. Give it a click and it opens up a preferences dialog box. Now this is a left to right, same as most dialog boxes. The first thing you do is pick on the left hand side what you want to set preferences for, and we are setting preferences for the theme and the icon theme. So first of all we'll deal with the theme, so click on it and then move over. You should see theme here to let you know that you're in the theme section. Click on the light and then click OK. So that's looking better. And then go back into the edit menu, click on preferences again, and this time come down, it's not the theme, it's the icon theme. Give that a click, and we want the legacy icon theme. See the one with the nice wee icon at it? And you can see that your toolbox has now got pictures. That's much better. It's easier to identify what these are, and then click OK. Good, so it looks a bit better now, it's easier to see. The next thing we need to do is work out what is this user interface and what are all the things that I'm looking at. So first of all, yours might have opened up like this, where you've got all these individual windows, and this is the default way that GIMP opens up, and it's for graphic artists who are working with more than one monitor so that they can maximize their workspace. So they could, for instance, move this toolbar window over onto another monitor and then make this main window bigger so that they could have more access to their artwork. We've only got one monitor, so we want to use single window mode. So what we want to do is set it into single window mode. But before we do that, let's have a look at these. So you can see that there's three main areas to GIMP. There is the area, the main area, which includes your menu system, and this is where your artwork will be contained. So it's the kind of canvas area. You have another window which deals with the toolbox, and underneath it, if you can see here, the tool options. And then there is a third window which can contain as many dockable dialogues as you want to be working with. And what I mean by dockable dialogues are, see how there's tabs here for layers, selection, gradient editor. I can actually drag that tab out and let go and it becomes its own window. So layers is a dockable dialog, and then in this window I've now got selection, gradient and undo. And each window down at the bottom of it, depending on which has got a different set of tools. So for instance, in this layers window, what we're interested in is the fact that you can create a new layer, a new layer group, you can move a layer up or down, you can duplicate a layer, you can anchor a floating layer, and you can also delete a layer. So that will become important in a wee minute to us. But for now, we want to set up our work area that has the main area with the menu, the layers dialog box, and the tool options and toolbox. That's all we need. So this one here, we can just delete that, we don't need it. Move your layers over to the right hand side and have your toolbox and your tool options on the left hand side. Then click on this main area to the Windows menu and choose single window mode. If all's went well, it should look like this. So we've got our toolbox, tool options, you can see it here, and layers. That's all we need at the beginning. Now if your layers hasn't appeared, for instance, let me do this. So if you are one of those unfortunate people who you get this message saying you can drop dockable dialogues here, so under your toolbox there is no tool options, you need to go and get it. So to do that, you go to the window menu, you go to dockable dialogues, and you'll see tool options. Now when you click on that, it's quite likely that it will tuck itself in beside the layers dockable dialog. We don't want that, so just click on the tab and drag it out, then click on the tab and drop it. You let go of the tool option, it will be back in this area. These two areas, you'll see these three wee dots here, and when you hover over them you get your cursor changing to the move arrow. You can drag these out and make them as big or as small as possible. So if you're not seeing something, you can move this. Same for this side. You can move it, make it as big or small as you want. I think it's about time we actually made a canvas. So to do that, go to the File menu, click New. Now you'll get a Create New Image dialog box appearing here, and the default size is always the size of your monitor. So this is 19201080. In actual fact, it keeps once you've created an image size, it will remember it for the next time. So we are going to make an image which is the size of a traditional postcard, which is like a horizontal photo. It's going to be 640 by 480. So the width is going to be 640 and the height is going to be 480. Now 640 and 480 what? We've got different options here of measurements, and if you click this down arrow you can see you can pick from pixels, inches, millimeters, points, picas, centimeters, meters. Well, let's not do meters. What we're actually going to pick is pixels, and as you probably can remember, pixels are the dots that actually make up the picture, and when you zoom in, which we will do as we're investigating, you can actually see the pixels. Okay, so 640 pixels by 480 pixels, and click OK. Now once you click OK, mine has came up as a black background, and I've now got a horizontal and vertical ruler, and you can see that the 0 starts here, which is in line with the top left, and bottom left is at the 480. So it's showing you the measurements of your actual canvas area. Now I'm not too enamoured with a black background, I don't like seeing that, so it's time to go over to this toolbox area and change that. So over here, just at the bottom of the toolbox, if you hover over it, you'll see the active foreground colour, and then if you click on the black box underneath it, it says the active background colour. So make sure you're in that one and click, and what we're actually going to do is put in some sort of Christmas green colour. So to do that, we need to change this. So what you're looking at this is the first place that I come to for a new colour, and this is I call it the rainbow, so it gives you all the basic colours. So my basic colour is going to be green. Right, now notice down here in current it's still set to black, and the old is still set to black, so I've not actually made any changes yet, so watch out for that. When you click here, it doesn't mean to say you've changed your colour. What you need to do is come into this area, which is the shade of the colour. Now Christmas green tends to be a darker green, so we'll make it something like that, but I know exactly which Christmas green I want, and the way I can exactly tell GIMP which colour it is by using this HTML notation. So HTML is what is used for web pages, and this is a hexadecimal number which goes from 0 to F because there's 16 digits in that number system. So the first 2 digits are for red, the next 2 digits are for green. So for instance, if we wanted this to be white, we would say FFFFFF and click OK, and you can see it's changed to white, right? And the current is now white. If we want it to be fully black, it's 000000 and then click OK. You can see it's back to black. So 000000 is black, and white is, see how it's not actually picking up pure white there? White is FFFFFF. Hit enter and it will change to white. We want Christmas green. So I know that the hexadecimal number I want is 1B8335. So 1B8335. So as long as you've got six numbers here, something will happen. And then hit enter. You'll see that it's changed to Christmas green. And for future reference, you can see where it is on this shade. And down here, these are colours that you've chosen previously. So you might not have these colours. I have them because I've been using GIMP for a wee while. But once you hit OK, your Christmas green will be here for the future. So click OK on that. So now we've got Christmas green loaded into the background colour. What we need to do is take this tool here, hover over it and you'll get the name. It's called the Bucket Fill tool. When you click on it, if you look down at your tool options, you'll see it says Bucket Fill, and you've got lots of different options, and it's the background colour that we want to fill. Okay. If we wanted the foreground, which is this white, click that radio button, click into your canvas, and it will change to white. So watch out for that. We want it to be green. Fabulous. Now it's time to save this. So what we want to do for that is, it doesn't matter, once you're finished with the fill tool, it's sometimes a good idea to just go to the move tool so that you're not going to be changing colour or anything. So my default is just click on the move tool. Now, to save things, you can see up here at the top it says untitled. So, and the file type that you're about to see for GIMP is .xcf. Just like previously, we've realised that the file type for a Microsoft Access database is .accdb. That for a GIMP file, the data type is .xcf, which means if you've got lots of different layers, it will open up and be able to understand them. So we go File, Save As. In the dialog box that opens up, navigate to your ICT folder and then go into your graphics folder. Now at the top here, this is different from the dialog box that you're used to working with for Microsoft products, where at the bottom it gives you a place to put in the name of the file. That happens here at the top. And you can see that .xcf has already been written in for you, so make sure you keep that .xcf because that is the file type of a GIMP file. If you remove that, then GIMP won't know to open it up. So get rid of untitled and replace it with GIMP _ setup. Now, make sure you're actually in this graphic. If you only have your ICT, you can click Create Folder, name it Graphics, hit Enter to go into it, and then write in your file name here. And down the bottom, you can click Save. So if all's went well, at the title bar at the top here, it should say the name of your file. That will do us for this lesson. Next time we come in, we will add to this graphic